What's up, future me? It's you from the past. I know you're watching, maybe a few other people are watching, people from this action camera community that I just discovered. Never imagined would have an interest in or even try to join in when I bought this Action 5 camera, but here I am, somewhere in the process of going through my YouTube stream videos from, I think the first person in this network, I guess you'd say, or community I came across was It's Barry D. And I went down a rabbit hole of watching videos from some of the other creators that he had linked in his video descriptions. And I found each one of them was like more and more helpful in terms of helping me find out things about this piece of equipment, this amazing piece of equipment that we're all so fascinated with, the DJI Action 5. And this is the first camera that I've ever bought that I can remember, because I think there was like one other camera that I had, 15, 18 years ago. It was like a little camcorder that still used the little mini DV tapes. I'm not sure if you guys remember those from like high school. But yeah, I got this like camcorder that used those mini DV tapes, and I made a few vlogs way back like 18 years ago that I put on YouTube that I took down and aren't on there anymore. But otherwise, I've never had any real experience with cameras, with film production or editing or anything like that. So discovering this community shortly after I bought this camera, which that was about a month and some change ago now, maybe like 40 days, and seeing the professionals who are in this network. It seems like a lot of you guys shoot professionally. You talk about like the nice thing about this camera is that it's so small compared to the really large like mirrorless cameras and DSLRs. I'm not even 100% sure I know what a DSLR is. I've just heard that phrase several times from like professional camera people that I've known over the years. But the fact that it's so easy to shoot with this, and I agree. I mean, that's part of the reason I got it. It's a low commitment from someone who is an amateur, new to the space, and is trying something different. Because I'm right on the cusp of doing something very, very different with my life, and that's changing the way I live. I'm about to go on a 6-month road trip, and I bought this camera and recommitted to creating content for YouTube so I could document as much of it as I can and maybe find something compelling in what'll be like a really awesome adventure, living out of a vehicle, exploring this country for the rest of 2025. But I went into it not knowing anything about cameras. Like I said, I mean, everything that I had filmed before that was just with this. This is my Samsung S21 Ultra. It's a almost 5-year-old smartphone at this time. And when I needed a second point of view, because I started off in a topic that interested me really, which is electric vehicles and full self-driving technology. Anytime I needed a second camera for a point of view, I used this phone as my second point of view camera. This is my LG V30, which was my smartphone before I got the S21 Ultra. I believe I got this back in 2017, so this is an 8-year-old cell phone. So I have an 8-year-old cell phone and a 4-year-old cell phone that I was using to film videos. The first set of vlogs that I made on this YouTube channel in years. And I was doing that for like a couple months before I decided to like commit to grabbing this Action 5 Pro. And just through watching some of the videos in this community, I've learned a ton about this that I didn't really know about, how to modify different settings, frames per second, what frames per second really does. Like, I think I was filming at like 120 FPS, 1080p quality, because I found right after I got this camera that if I film 4K and then put the 4K into my computer, which I had a laptop from like 2020. So like 5-year-old laptop. My 5-year-old laptop would just chug, and I could not scrub through like 4K footage using CapCut on that laptop. And then after going down, I found that 1080p was pretty much like the max of what that laptop could handle with regards to like image resolution. And even then, once I really got into like making some cuts and doing things, it would still start to lag a little bit. So then when I was playing with the settings and looking at different ways I could shoot footage on this Action 5, I thought like, oh, well, maybe I can just compensate like this 1080p by scrolling it all the way up to 120 FPS, because then I could still like edit it, right? And I did, but I didn't have any idea like what 120 FPS meant. Oh God, I'm about to pick up a ton of noise from this main road. Maybe I don't want to walk down that road. I don't have to. But that was like how I thought I could like compensate. But it's not until I saw some of the videos again from this community where we're talking about specific settings, how to change things with like white balance, change the color bit rate, because if you have different color bit rates, you can do different things in post to do like color grading and stuff, which I still don't really know that much about that, but I'm sure I'm gonna spend some hours like figuring it out, learning how to do it, because if I really want to document some of the things that I get into and make some content from those experiences, that's what I'm gonna have to do to get like more cinematic shots. Like I just learned a few days ago that really 24 FPS is what you should be filming in. That's what I'm filming in now, 4K 24 FPS, because I just got a new computer that I can actually edit this content in, or edit these files in on CapCut or on DaVinci Resolve, which I tried to run DaVinci Resolve on my laptop. That thing would die. Like it could barely handle CapCut, and DaVinci Resolve seems like it's a more intense program in general. So I didn't really have that much else to say besides that, and to share like I guess what the power of community, the power that community can have, even though there are tons of purpose-made guides, as I've discovered just earlier today and spent some time searching for, that are designed to help beginners. But for whatever reason, the thought of really digging into the nitty-gritty details didn't cross my mind until I came across this community, these vlogs, and I just wanted to make this video as a shout out to some of these creators and to thank them for creating, these vlogs and what feels like a space where I can also vlog and venture out of a very narrow set of ideas, concepts, stories that I had originally set out to discuss, because the main stuff that you'd see on my channel that I've been making has just been talking about really esoteric, in the weeds things about different kinds of EVs and self-driving technology. But the thought of stepping outside of that to broaden what I would want to talk about on camera, or what I'd want to save, like some of these ideas that I want to save in this format, rather than just writing them down or letting them kick around in the headspace for an indefinite period of time. That never quite occurred to me until I saw some of these other vloggers, and in particular it was like Chris, I think meet Chris, probably not getting his handle right correctly, but he had some videos that were really insightful about like the creation process, kind of just jumping into it and being as authentic as you can, because I think that in this age where we are, like the dawn of AI, this AI age, and how easy it is becoming and how much easier it will become to just generate AI or use generative AI to create images, to create video, to create scripts, whatnot. This style of creation, which is really just person talking to camera, not reading off of like a script or a teleprompter, not like a faceless blob or whatever, is going to be harder for the AI to duplicate, and is going to have like a bigger footprint. And there are going to be more people in search of it, in search of this type of vlogging for a human connection. And that kind of dovetails with a whole bunch of other social issues that we have in age of disconnection, epidemic of loneliness. You know, there are all these statistics that I have read about in different news media say that the average person, average American, my age and younger, I'm in my mid-30s, only has like 5 friends, or 5 people they would call close friends. It's a kind of a weird thing to think about, and very weird to think about what that bodes for the future with AI growing to take those places. So ultimately, I don't know where my mind goes on that. Looping it back around to, that's why I think that finding this vlogging community was really interesting to me, and why I think it's important, and why I think folks who are doing this are onto something that is going to grow and is going to become bigger in due time. Anyways, that's all I had to share with y'all. I'm going to find something to eat. Peace.